That's the deal, y'all. We're Sharper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same. Like, cook, cracking the same. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. For more of this good content that we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Ooh, snap. Good knowledge you can't get nobody's college. Good news you can use. Good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure I'm, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment, hit me with a good subscribe. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Hit that notification bell. Hit all. Say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Everything we got going on. Hit me up. TRAPNEWS That's Trap News Network. If you would like to be a Trap News Network correspondent, you feel like you want to give us some news we can use, some knowledge that we ain't finna get nobody's college, tap in with it. So we would love to have you on this Trap News Network team. Get into that. If you ain't got into that, man, it's early in the morning. Drink your water, big dog. Do your push-ups, brush your teeth, wash your face before you pick up that Black and Mild from last night and that stale Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Sprite that you got in that Rallies or Jack in the Box cup because you was out faded last night. Go brush your teeth, go wash your face, and go drink you some water, big dog. We got Mase and Cameron responding to DJ Akademiks talking spicy. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Boy, oh boy, you guys. Once you mention one little tranny allegation from somebody's past, boy, do they get to fold them like laundry. Now, for all you guys out there that's been watching, it is what it is this week with Cam and Mase, waiting and hoping that they respond to DJ Akademiks dissing them. Well, it's not happening, you guys. At least, not anytime soon. Some of you guys might not want to hear this, but Mase copped a plea. Now, usually anytime Cam and Mase want to respond to somebody in the media, they do not waste any time getting at the person. So after we did not get any official response, I knew something was going on behind the scenes. Turns out Mase reached out to Akademiks via DMs and told him, hey brother, you really should have called me before you spazzed on us publicly.
This ain't no about picking on stat or whatever. Bruv, what was calling you out of your name and you defending yourself, if anybody else jumped in piling on with the other person, you would feel offended. You ain't see the whole media jump in basically saying, oh, nah, Mase was fucking trannies. No. So just stay out of my business. And I'm saying it respectfully for all of y'all. Stay out of my business. Woman called me a liar. I'm defending myself. Please don't jump in and try to pick a side already. Unless you're trying to say you're trying to get it up with me. Same thing with Cam. Yo, Cam, saying you got socked in the eye by whoever the fuck. Well, True Life, this and third, and you showing the pool, this and... Bruv, nobody jumped in. I love your music.
Me and you got a relationship and a report. Whatever Stat Baby got going on outside of this job, that has nothing to do with myself or Cam. Here's Akademiks detailing the response Mase gave him.
I'm going to read exactly what his message is. You know, I like to keep it open. Mase says, neither you, I, nor Cam, or anyone else keeps up with what people who work for us do outside their job. So that's her own personal view. Okay? She had the right to speak as a woman. So they talking about Shorty, Treasure Wilson. And to receive her own consequences alone for her actions. Next time I'd ask you, give me a call if you gonna hold me accountable. May said to me, neither you, I nor Cam, or anyone else keeps up with what the people who work for us do outside their job.
Damn, Mase, it sound like you copping a plea to Akademiks, bro. You could take him. You ain't got to cop no plea to Akademiks. You ain't got to cop no plea to Akademiks. Damn, Mase. Damn, Mase. On Bad Boy, you was the man, Mase. Happened to you. Take that. You probably don't. Probably not the right time to tell anybody to take anything in reference to Diddy. Probably don't want anybody to take anything. Probably don't want to take that, so to speak.
So that's her personal view, okay? And by the way, I agree. That's her personal view, but that's why I didn't violate her. I didn't want to, I could just be like, yeah, I'm going to just violate you, but I said, yo, I like Cam and Mason. I know it's going to spill over there. I don't want to do that, Shorty. That's what I said. He said, so she had the right to speak as a woman and to receive her own consequences. I agree, which I'm telling you, I don't respond nicely to nobody. My favorite thing in the world is when people overstep.
It's crazy how Akademiks be out here acting like he tough. I was just having a conversation with somebody yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say who, but he was telling me like, man, I like what you're doing. I like how you go about certain things and all that. I said, that's because I go outside, bro. And I know that I'm going to be accountable and I'm going to be held to a certain standard or held to a certain 1-2 step like Sierra as a result of going outside. These dudes don't go outside. So a lot of these dudes can say whatever and feel whatever and have all these tough talks and all these crazy takes and these crazy antics and all that kind of stuff and spit and scream and do all the kind of stuff that Akademiks is doing because he's never going to come outside. He's never going to come outside. You're never going to see him in the grocery store. You're never going to see him at the gas station. You're never going to blah, blah. He's going to continue to hide the fuck out every which way he can. So that's just kind of that. A lot of these dudes, we have to stop accepting dudes like Akademiks and, you know, all the other cyber bangers as validity and substance in our culture. And they've done it for so long and so loud, and so many real street ninjas have been like quiet about it and nobody says anything. This is crazy. This is barnacles. Now, Mase, you over here copping a plea. That's never that. You're making the situation worse. You just made the situation worse for yourself by copping this weak ass plea. You should have stood on business, but that's your business. I ain't never mad at two black men coming together and figuring out the situation for the betterment of each other, for the betterment of themselves, to make sure that they can do whatever they got to do to make sure, you know, they can put their words over their whoopties. But overall, bigger picture, these internet bullies, these internet nerds, these internet lames, as long as we continue to, you know, oh, well, he's all right because of this, or he's okay because of this, and we don't come out as a culture and stand up and say, hey, nah, these dudes are whack, it's going to continue to be this. No 100. Let's keep going.
I call them out of their names and I go on 100. I didn't do it with Treasure Wilson because of Cam and Mase. And maybe I shouldn't have brought them up either, but just to be clear, I said, I'm not going to go crazy on you because of Cam and Mase. But so, because what Mase seemingly is telling me is she had the right to say what she wanted, but she gonna receive her own consequences. So this whole thing where I look on the Instagram and I'm seeing it is what it is, saying, yo, Ak, what's cracking? You better chill the fuck out or relit. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on. Calm down. Let's just calm it down real quick. Anyway, he said, next time I'd ask that you give me a call if you're gonna hold me accountable. So Mase is saying he's not accountable. And Mase, I apologize for that, my brother. I thought that account was under y'all direction.
You just said that this nigga got caught messing with transgenders. Now you want to go, I apologize, my brother. That's the problem. You niggas want to say all this disrespectful stuff, and then when it's time to stand on business, oh, I apologize, I apologize. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Y'all are too comfortable letting niggas spit in your face and be like, oh, I apologize, I apologize. Now, this is what I will say. I believe in rocking the baby to sleep. So it's a couple people who I've seen get into it with, and they've accepted apologies, and I know for a fact when bro see bro, he gonna get off on him. It's just a matter of time. You feel me? And I'm all right with that too. The rock to sleep is never a problem with me. Sometimes you gotta rock them back to sleep, and then, you know, spring your attack and bust your 1-2 step like Sierra when necessary. But it's a lot of people who are just so comfortable in this disrespect in our media space and in our universes. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, and at a certain point in time, it's coming. Y'all see this shit changing. You feel me? Y'all see this shit changing. People are getting sick of these antics. People are getting sick of these lames. People are getting sick of this lack of business being stood on and grown men going out like little girls.
I thought it was under y'all direction when I seen that. From the bottom of my heart, I thought it was under y'all direction. I've said this publicly. I love Cameron. I love Mase. Me and you, we've had personal conversations. I've seen you hit me up at times when you saw these other bitch-ass media niggas trying to link up or get at me, and you're like, man, I'm glad how you defended yourself. And I respected that. So I was just like, okay, I appreciate you knowing my resiliency. Y'all have talked about me nice. I've talked about y'all nice. When I seen this whole like, oh, this is your last warning, I'm like, whoa, like I couldn't tell what that was. So I had to respond. But, you know, and I think it probably goes both ways. Just like how he's saying, I would appreciate if you would hit me up. I would appreciate before like an official page for y'all podcast get at me, that y'all would as well just be like, yo, make sure the hosts are on board, because here's the thing.
Now, I'm sure Mase did not want this message to be revealed to the public. I'm sure he would.
Mase, why didn't you think the message will be revealed to the public? This is what you get for the lack of business that you stood on. You were sitting down. You were sitting down. It's crazy how that worked out. That shit crazy. Crazy how that shit worked out. But all right, then. We finna get up out of here to the next one. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free. I have no angel tweets free. We got